Hey guys, welcome back to the video. Today I have the 2023 Chevy Suburban and I'm excited to show you this pretty unique color combination. So that's right, the 2023 Chevy Suburbans and Tahoes have started arriving on dealership lots. So that means if you guys are interested in a 23 model year, you should definitely keep an eye out because these remain extremely popular vehicles and can sometimes be very hard to get. Now for the 23 model year, the Tahoe and Suburban didn't receive a ton of changes. However, there is one feature worth mentioning, and that is the late availability of Super Cruise on the Premier as well as the High Country trim levels. But as of right now, the Super Cruise functionality is still unavailable to order from my understanding, but hopefully that will become available late in the model year. So if you're interested in that functionality, make sure to keep an eye out for the later 2023 models. But outside of this, there weren't too many other changes, just some color changes in the lineup, while introducing some new colors, getting rid of some older colors, which is typical after a few years in a vehicle's generation. And speaking of generations, this is the third model year that this Tahoe and Suburban is going to be in production in this generation. So I expect to see a refresh here in the next year or two in this body style to help keep the Tahoe and Suburban relevant, even though they remain extremely popular. But in terms of pricing, I'm not exactly sure offhand what the exact increase was for the 2023 model year, but I'll go ahead and have that up on the screen here in the 2023 Suburban Premier trim in specific. But with all that information in mind, let's not waste any more time and take a look at this 2023 Suburban Premier. So the Suburban in front of us here is a 2023 Suburban Premier in the Empire State Beige exterior color with the black and maple interior. So I think this is a pretty unique combination. And in addition to this, it also has the 3-liter Duramax Diesel option. So again, I think this is a pretty unique Suburban overall. But it is pretty cloudy today, as you can see, but this color is very nice. A lot of people might consider the Empire State Beige a little bit of an old person color, but personally, I actually like it. Ever since this vehicle and generation came out, I've always been a fan of this color. So that's just me, but some people might not like it. Up here on the Premier, you do have LED reflector headlights with the chrome accented grille and the gold bow tie. Your LED daytime running lights are this like boomerang shape, and they also are your turn signal indicators. The Premier does have the front parking sensors and some lower chrome trim here on the lower section of the bumper. You do have air curtains to help direct air around the vehicle for better aerodynamics and fuel efficiency. Coming over to the wheels and tires, these are your 20-inch standard wheels on the Premier trim. They are kind of a polished finish. They are wrapped in 275/60 Continental Cross Contact LX20 tires, so just a nice all-season, along with some chrome Suburban trim. Running boards on the bottom. The mirrors are finished in chrome on the Premier with the integrated LED turn signals. The bottoms do feature puddle lights. The driver exterior mirror and the interior mirror are auto dimming, and of course there is blind spot detection. Proximity entry on all 4 door handles with some more chrome accents on the roof rails and around the windows. This is a very large vehicle, so I got to back up quite a bit to get it in the shot. Overall, very nice looking vehicle, very premium. I think that's why so many people do like these vehicles. Out back, you do have your partial LED taillights with the Chevrolet inside of them, incandescent turn signals and reverse lights. Rear parking sensors with the rear bumper applique. And of course, since this is a Duramax, it does have the Duramax badge on the liftgate, along with more chrome trim. In your rear backup camera. Overall, in this lighting, it does kind of look like this is a silver from certain angles. Especially when you look down the side of the vehicle, it definitely looks silver, but then when you look more head on, it kind of brings out that beige. It's actually a very unique color, and I definitely really like it, like I mentioned. But stepping on inside the vehicle, this is where you'll see more of the unique aspects, I think, of this color combination. This has the maple, which is a 2-tone interior. Up top, all the materials are going to be soft touch on all the Tahoes and Suburbans, as it is a pretty luxurious vehicle. You do have some wood accented trim, chrome door handle pull and surround, power windows, mirrors, locks, power folding mirrors as well, as well as 2-person memory seating here for the driver's seat. Lots of storage on the door panel. Bose premium audio system. Coming to your seat, here's your power driver's seat with 2-way power lumbar. The maple leather interior with kind of the white piping around the accent. And there's your dash, which features some wood and some darker materials to kind of break it up. Some wood accent trim kind of goes across the top. along with some leather stitching. The entire dash is nice soft touch, so it is very nice. On the left side of the steering wheel, you have a ton of controls. First of all, you have your four-wheel drive controls, since this one is four-wheel drive. You have your automatic headlights, your gauge illumination, electronic parking brake, lane keeping assist, parking sensors, stop start off, traction control, and hill descent control. Power tilt telescoping steering wheel column. Go ahead and start it up. You can immediately hear that diesel rumble to life. So as you can see, you're immediately greeted to the fully digital gauge cluster. I believe this was updated for the 2022 model year, but this is a carryover to the 2023s as well. Leather wrapped steering wheel with adaptive cruise and regular cruise settings here on the left side. You can see you have your 3 gap settings, as well as your heated steering wheel button. On the right side, you have your menu controls for that digital gauge cluster. I really do like this gauge cluster. It has a ton of user customization and looks very high resolution and overall very quality, as well as your voice command controls for the Google Assistant that is built in. Left side features your wiper stalk with the rain sensing wiper controls. But speaking of that Google Assistant, here is the refreshed infotainment system for the 2022 model year. I believe this is a 10.2-inch screen. It looks very nice, it's high resolution. If you open the maps, it features Google Maps built in. So again, this improves the functionality and usefulness of infotainment system in my opinion. But overall, GM infotainment systems are very nice, easy to use. As you can see, it features AM, FM, Sirius XM, Bluetooth, USB, wireless Android Auto, and wireless Apple CarPlay. All the usual stuff. You do have a towing mode as well. But overall, I really do like the GM infotainment systems. Push-pull gear selection here with the manual controls below that. You have a little cubby on the right side. I'm not exactly sure what's that used for in most vehicles, but it is there. And I've always thought this was interesting. You have a little pad just below the screen for your fingers if you want to rest that on there. Down below, you have more physical controls for the infotainment system, including volume and tune knobs, a home button. So it's always nice to have dedicated controls for that. Dual zone automatic climate control up front with heated and ventilated front seats. You can also access your rear climate on the screen. But below that, we have a USB-A and USB-C port, 12-volt outlet, wireless charging pad, which is a nice size. 2 cup holders. Here's your proximity key fob, which is the usual one found in many newer GM vehicles. Remote start, power liftgate, power glass release, all that good stuff. But before we get any further on the interior, I do want to cover the window sticker very briefly. So this is the 4-wheel drive Premier with the Empire Beige Metallic Maple interior with the Duramax and the 10-speed automatic. So the only options on this vehicle is the rear seat media system, the sunroof panoramic, the Duramax like I mentioned, and then it has 3 credits for features that are not equipped currently on the vehicle. And that includes the front seat ventilation. The 4-way lumbar is only 2-way lumbar right now, and the center console floor, I believe that is the power sliding center console. I believe that's what that is in reference to, but it brings the total price to $77,860. So this is a fairly moderately equipped Suburban, but there are more options you can choose if you would like. But looking at the center console here, you can see it is nicely padded and matches the color interior. 2 more USB ports inside, lots of storage, and it looks like you have your block heater for that Duramax engine. Moving up top, you do have the black headliner with LED lighting throughout the interior, some microphones, auto-dimming interior mirror, and up top, this is where you have a ton of controls for the interior of the vehicle. So starting out, OnStar passenger airbag, your sliding shade for that sunroof, you have your sunroof controls on either side, more LED lighting, your second row backrest release so you can fold the seats down here from the front, power tailgate, and your 3-position garage home link. So that is all found up here in the front. Like I said, this features a lot of your interior controls. But yeah, that's pretty much wrapping it up here in the front row. Let's go ahead and take a look at the second and third rows and see what you get to offer in the back of these Suburbans. The materials are going to follow through from the front row here in the back. So you have a full soft touch upper door panel with that wood accent, lots of storage space. One thing I've liked about this generation Tahoe and Suburban is the power door lock controls here in the second row. I think that's pretty unique. The seats do have a lot of functionality, but you can see this is the bucket configuration. So you have your sliding controls, so you can slide the seat forward and backward, as well as your folding controls. And there is a power fold button here on the inside of the door panel on most Tahoes and Suburbans. But you can see the seats feature the same piping and accent as the front row with an armrest. And as we mentioned, this does have the rear seat media system, which I believe was a constraint in production for a while. So it's nice to see those are back in production. There you can see your panoramic sunroof with the LED lighting on either side. But stepping inside, you have your third zone automatic climate control on the back of the center console, heated second row seats, USB-C charging ports, HDMI inputs for those screens, as well as a 120 outlet down below. So pretty much all the charging you would need here in the back. But looking at the third row, this is the real benefit of the Suburban, is the additional legroom you get. You can see it is massive. You can fit 7 people in here very, very comfortably. You can see you have a cup holder and a little bit of storage, USB-C charging port, some AC vents up here on the roof, LED lighting. But yeah, overall, very nice place to spend time, even in the third row. And just taking a peek back there, you can see all that additional cargo space is still back there. So definitely one of the massive benefits of this vehicle. So we'll go ahead and check out the cargo capacity. Power liftgate, of course. One would expect that on this price point and level of vehicle. But boom, you can see you're greeted with a ton of cargo capacity. And that, again, that is something to do with the benefits of the Suburban over the Tahoe. But even the Tahoe has a lot of space. So you have your power folding third row seats, as well as your power release second row seats. So you can fold all of those seats from back here. You have another 120 outlet. So that's cool that this vehicle has 2 of those. Under the floor storage, decent amount, not super deep. So that is something to consider, but overall very useful still. Go ahead and wrapping up the video here on the passenger front seat. You have the same adjustments here on the passenger front seat as you do the driver with the 2-way lumbar. Then you can see the dash trim, all nice soft touch. Glove box, no illumination that I can see. But yeah, overall very luxurious interior here on this Suburban. So let's go ahead and take a look under the hood, see how much power this engine makes, and we'll wrap up this video. And under the hood of this Suburban, you'll find the 3-liter Duramax Diesel inline 6-cylinder engine. This puts out 277 horsepower and 460 foot-pounds of torque through that 10-speed automatic transmission. And this one does have 4-wheel drive that is available. And speaking of that Duramax Diesel, I think a lot of customers that have purchased a vehicle, either the Silverado or the Tahoe or Suburban with this engine, do really enjoy it. It's got plenty of power for moving it around. It has towing capabilities. It's very smooth and refined, and I think one of the other benefits is the fuel economy. It definitely gets better fuel economy than the other V8s in the lineup, and even though the diesel typically costs a little bit more, that is another benefit of the diesel. So that's pretty much going to wrap up this video on the 2023 Chevy Suburban. If you guys found this video helpful, please hit that like button below. It greatly helps out these videos and the channel. Now let me know down in the comment section below if you happen to own this generation Suburban or considering purchasing one. I think a lot of people have been very happy with this generation, and I think that's why it continues to be such a hot seller and popular overall. So let me know down in the comment section below what you think of this generation Suburban. And if you guys are not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. I don't know if we're over 1,000 at the time of posting of this video, but if not, we are extremely close. So make sure to subscribe if you aren't already and check out some of the other content available. Now I'm excited to see the Super Cruise functionality become available on this. So hopefully late in the mod year, GM will be able to produce those with Super Cruise functionality. As you guys know, if you follow the channel, I have a video on Super Cruise in the 2022 Chevy Bolt EUV. Now that one has like the more basic level of Super Cruise without the lane changing assist, whereas this one would have the lane changing assist where you can turn on the indicator, the vehicle will check the lane and change lanes if it is safe to do so. So I'm excited to show you guys that, assuming it comes available late this model year. Now with all that being said, once again, hopefully you guys enjoyed watching, and as always, I hope to see you guys in the next one.